What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Jack of all games here, bringing you an exciting look at my game room. So, I've been collecting for probably, I don't know, 3, 4 years now. Actually, my collecting started when I got sober. I was actually went through a rough patch. I was a bad alcoholic, going down into depression and all the crap that ensues with that. But anyway, got clear of that and started getting heavily into collecting. So I've actually acquired quite a bit. Um, I mean, this isn't going to be obviously everything today because I have a ton of stuff, and I mean my game room's still very much a work in progress. But I figured I'd go ahead and give you a little glimpse of what I have, and I feel like it's probably some stuff you guys could appreciate. I know there's a lot of collectors out there, and I might have some stuff that they don't have, and vice versa. So, without further ado, let's jump into some of the pop figures I have. So, here I have quite a collection going. It might not be nearly as much as some people, but a lot of these all have significant meaning to me. Some of them I just kind of grabbed randomly. But as you can see, I've got my Power Rangers because I grew up on Power Rangers, so I was big into that. Sonic the Hedgehog, I've got Scorpion Sub-Zero. I've actually got the singles of them also. Got some Metal Fig Power Rangers, those are actually kind of cool. More Power Rangers. I've got Mega Man and The Witcher. Mega Man I grew up on. The Witcher I fell in love with after playing part 2 on the 360. Here I've got some Destiny figures, some Star Wars figures, Street Fighter, well, odds and ends. Got Dishonored down there. Then let's jump over to my Totaku figures. I'm going to be jumping around here a little bit. Like I said, still very much setting up. I've got my TV on the ground. I actually just replaced the TV in my bedroom, so I have to mount this on the wall yet. But I've got all kinds of Totaku figures. I've almost collected, I want to say I collected all of them when they first came out, but yeah, I mean, I've got the Bloodborne, I've got the Yu-Gi-Oh!, Crash Bandicoot, Wipeout, Gears, Sonic, Halo, Soul Calibur. Got some amiibos, Final Fantasy amiibos. Final Fantasy I'm huge into, as you will see here shortly. So, Totakus galore. Pretty much 1, 2, 3. I don't know, I've got quite a bit of them. I really don't know. I kind of lost track of how many they have now. But yeah, that's the Totakus. Then I've got the Master Chief helmet. I got that out of the Halo 3 Collector Edition. Got my Deadpool bust, my Halo Reach statue. Came with the collector edition of Reach. Amazing game. I've also got the Ruckus the Crusher. I think that's what he's called. Yeah, Ruckus the Crusher. He actually talks if he's not out of batteries. Hi. Kind of like the I don't know, the old talking fish. If you remember that. See if I can get him to do anything. Crush no more, but I can sing. Hence the reason I turned it off, because it would get annoying anytime you walk by. Alright, moving on to some of the consoles I own. Okay, see? Yeah, forgot to shut them off already. Alright. Yeah, that would get annoying fast. Alright, so we've got PlayStation 3, Xbox. Then I have my Sega CD, Sega Genesis combo. I have a Super Nintendo. I've got the old American version of the Sega Saturn. Got a GameCube down below. Got a Nintendo 64 with Mega Man Legends. Got a Dreamcast. Old school PS2. C3PO and R2-D2 Xbox 360. Halo Reach Edition Xbox 360. As you can see, it's kind of the sides there. There's the controllers for the Halo Reach one. The good old PS1, Japanese Sega Saturn, and then a Wii and a Wii U. I also have my Street Fighter Champions Edition arcade cabinet. It's a lot of fun if you get into arcade games. Obviously, I put it high up because they are really low to the ground, and I didn't spend the money on the little riser that comes with it. So that's on the agenda, though. I might pick up a couple more of the cabinets. I'm not sure yet. We also have down here a little assortment of stuff. I have Oculus Quest 2, the PS5 controller and camera I got the other day, the old Oculus Rift, and then this bad boy. It's not a game, but that is my sealed edition DVD of Lord of the Rings 2 Towers Collector Edition. Pretty cool. Alright. Moving on, we have... Ooh, catching some glare. I apologize. We get an Atari. Not really the... It's one of the plug-and-play ones. It's not the original. Super Famicom. Mini Super Nintendo. And then we have a JVC XI with a 32X attachment. This is actually JVC's version of the Sega Genesis and Sega CD, where you didn't need all the different connections. Super rare, a bit pricey. They are hard to find. I also have, yes, I bought an Ouya. I was one of those people. I was also one of the chumps that bought the Sony PlayStation Mini when it was brand new, and I think it was $80, $100. I can't remember. Anyway, one of the sillier mistakes I've made. Down here we have my 2DS XL of Zelda. We have the 3DS Galaxy Edition. We have a Mario DS. I forgot the name for a second. That's pretty sad. Got my PSP, and I've got a Steam, I want to say it's a Steam Link. And then there's my SNES Mini. Now, for some of my games. Now, get away from this glare. Anyway, I am a huge collector of Final Fantasy. I love Final Fantasy. I've played almost every single entry. Finishing up 14 now. I've played basically every mainline entry except for probably 2 or 3 different ones, I want to say. And those are on the agenda, obviously. But as you will see here, and yes, this is all recorded from my phone, so obviously it's not the best setup, but it does kind of give you a look into things. So I've got some Game Boy Advance games I've got Dawn of Souls, Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy V. I also have a Super Famicom edition of Final Fantasy V. Working my way toward collecting everything. I also have this neat little collector edition I picked up off of Etsy. So it's sealed. These all actually are the unreleased versions of the game with the English patches. They're fan made, obviously, but I thought they were cool. Thought the people did a really good job. The inside, actually, I had to watch an unboxing for it, but they are actually really nice quality. And then I also have this guy that I picked up off of Etsy as well, I believe. And here we have my PS1 games. So, like I said, Final Fantasy galore. I've got Alundra, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy Origins, Final Fantasy Anthology, Final Fantasy VIII. I don't know where my Final Fantasy VII is. Oh, yeah, I already said that, okay. Final Fantasy IX, Legend of Dragoon. I guess I had those out of order. Lunar 1 and 2. If you've never played Lunar, Lunar is amazing. I actually have not played the second one, but this bad boy right here holds some special memories. I think I was 13. Traded a buddy a game for it. He wanted to get rid of his collector edition, so I jumped on it, got it, and yeah, those two actually set me back quite a bit of money recently. about a year and a half ago, I want to say. I picked them up for probably between 100, 120 a piece, so they were pricey. Mega Man limited edition. Ended up grabbing this off of, I want to say it was 8bit.com. That might be wrong. It might not be the right name. Anyway, doesn't matter. Oh, also Lunar Collector Edition Strategy Guide actually came with that. That was pretty cool. Got Parasite Eve 2 down here. Tales of Destiny 1 and 2. Tales of Destiny, also another great game. Tales of Destiny was the first of the Tales game that I ever played and fell in love with it. Then we have Xenogears. Moving on to the PSP collection, we have Breath of Fire 3, the City of Final Fantasy games, Final Fantasy 2, my personal favorite, Final Fantasy Tactics, War of the Lions. Simply phenomenal. I play that game probably once every year. It is amazing. And the War of the Lions version is just leaps and bounds better than the original for the PS1. And then I've got some SOCOM games down there. Moving on to this other portion of the collection, I have Knuckles Chaotix, Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter, Final Fantasy X, Tales of Graces F, Final Fantasy X2, Final Fantasy 12 Collector's Edition, Grand Theft Auto Trilogy, sealed up. I don't think it's very rare, but it's still cool to have. Childhood memories. Lord of the Rings. It's like a kind of Diablo-esque Lord of the Rings. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks, amazing game. If you're a Mortal Kombat fan, some loved it, some hated it. Phantasy Star Universe, Resident Evil Outbreak, never actually got to play that. Psychoden Tactics, still haven't played that one. Unlimited Saga, and then the Xenosaga Trilogy. If you don't know anything about those games, they are the predecessor to the Xenoblade series. Series that I definitely need to get into. I've done Xenoblade, I have not done Xenosaga. That is on the list. Down here I have Xenoblade for the Wii, Xenoblade Chronicles X. A couple of my Zelda games on here. I have Twilight Princess HD, The Wind Waker, Skyward Sword. I have the old school original Dark Souls for the Xbox 360 Collector Edition. Came in a fancy tin. I also have Final Fantasy 13-2 Collector Edition. It actually comes with some kind of book called Episode 1, which is strange because I have not been able to find anything about this thing. I've looked it up. Can't find it anywhere. So, I mean, I don't think it's one of a kind, but it's definitely something I haven't seen anywhere. A couple rare Switch games here. Turok 1 and 2. They are sealed. They're made by Limited Run Games, and felt that I needed to add those to the collection because I enjoyed Turok on the 64. Then I have a game I've never played, Corpse Killer, which is a full motion video for the Sega CD. It's along the vein of like Night Trap and Sewer Shark and Double Switch, I want to say it's called. But yeah. And then just because I needed another Sega CD game and it was like 99 cents, I picked up Joe Montana's NFL Football. Now, we get into the big boy of my collection. Now, like I said, this is not everything that I have, but this is, as I said, I am huge into Final Fantasy. And as this pertains to Final Fantasy, this is one of my personal favorite items. This is the Final Fantasy 25th Anniversary Ultimate Box. Now, I want to say this is probably the rarest thing in my collection. If you don't know anything about this thing is heavy. I mean, look at the size of this. It is, I mean, not that my hands are huge by any means, but it is bigger than my hand. It contains every single mainline Final Fantasy game up to, I want to say it's 14, yeah. And this was all released on the PS3. Now, I had to watch an unboxing because I'm not taking this thing out of the wrap, out of its box, like it's staying in. But it contains PS1, PS2, PSP, and PS3 games all through the Final Fantasy series. I mean, it is a lot of disc. And yeah, the artwork in it is phenomenal. Like, if you get a chance, look up an unboxing video of this thing. But I was actually lucky enough to snag this for considerably cheaper price than what it was going for on eBay. So I got lucky there. There, and a few of the other things I have on display. Got the old Fallout 3 lunchbox. Forgot to talk about my Injustice clock. I actually got that from GameStop. That was kind of cool. They gave it to me for free. They were just like, here, sweet. And then a couple Destiny Ghost vinyls. And I think for the main area, that's it. Now, I do have a ton more tucked away, but I will have to break all of that out and show you. And I'll probably go through that in another video. I'll get this one uploaded. You can let me know what you think. If I could definitely pull some stuff out and kind of go over it. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, give it a like, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will get some more videos uploaded for you, let you check out the rest of what I have. Catch you guys in the next one.